funny because my friends who have restaurants all told me, like, whatever you do, don't do it alone. And then, I was like, no, I got this. And my mom says I always have to learn everything the hard way. And yes, here we are. I decided to do it all alone. She's great. Yeah, like no partner, no investor.
Is she here? Does she live in Thailand?
She does. She lives in Pattaya where I grew up.
Does she come hang out here?
Yeah, all the time. And she'll like rearrange all my furniture. And she'll be like, I don't like this table here, so I'm just gonna put it over there. And I'm like, Mom, please don't touch it. And then I'll go upstairs to the office or something, I'll come back down, everything will be rearranged. Or there'll be like a new like plant pot or candle or
Little gift from the mother.
Yeah, all the time.
Hi, I'm Patricia Kathleen. I travel the world with a mic in hand and questions to ask. And this is where those conversations live. My guests and I get into everything: work, identity, creativity, purpose, the big stuff, the messy stuff, and the stuff that actually matters. From alleyway chats to studio sit-downs, I bring you with me as I talk to chefs, scientists, artists, activists. Whoever around me has a story worth hearing. Wherever you're listening from, welcome. I'm glad you're here. Now let's get into it.
What is that used for?
We host a bit of everything up there, actually. We have regular yoga classes, we have breathwork sessions, sound healing, corporate like gatherings.
Corporate gatherings. That's what I felt like. I felt like it was a space of possibility.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's not quite finished, to be honest with you, because this whole house, the experience of building this house was pretty crazy.
And you built it from the ground up. We were just talking about that.
Pretty much, yes. It was a house 70 years ago that the landlord lived in with his family, and all that was left of it was like the main hard pillars. So there were like 8 pillars and like half of the staircase and some of the upstairs. There were no walls, there was no floor, there was no garden, there were none of the buildings outside. So
was it dilapidated, or was it kind of meant to be this half house?
no, it was just no one had taken care of it. It was falling apart.
Okay.
And this actually wasn't the original location I was gonna take. So
How did you find it?
It was pretty crazy. So it's actually kind of weird. I was walking around one night, like I don't remember what exactly I was doing. I was walking down this soy with my partner, and we walked in this tiny little soy, and we saw this like rundown house, and we were like, oh my gosh, who would ever be crazy enough to take a house like that? And didn't think any more about it. Found another house I was planning on renting. Had already started planning the renovation, and then the landlord changed his mind and rented it to someone else. So I was feeling a little heartbroken.
Yeah.
And then started looking at a lot of other houses. But nothing was really feeling right.
Yeah.
And then someone sent me this house, and I was like, I don't know. Okay, let's just go and look at it. So we came in, looked at it, and I don't know, I just felt something. We walked into the back, because I had never walked inside, we just saw it from outside before. And there's this huge, 100-year-old mango tree in the garden. And I thought, okay, I can imagine people sitting under this tree, drinking wine, and I could kind of see what the house could look like. And then I was like, that's my house.
Okay, because you're like the 90,000th person in Bangkok to tell me like the space chose me. And it entices me and delights me, and it terrifies me because I've never had space choose me, and I don't know that feeling, but you just described your own personal testimony and story to like it chose you. And also backtracking just for personal curiosity, is it common to have like when in the real estate market, if you're looking for opening like a restaurant, some kind of a space, because this is more of a space than it just is restaurant, work and things like that, that would be kind of heartbreaking.
Yeah, it was heartbreaking. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I haven't looked at many houses to rent or restaurants. I had where we started was in a really small space in Ekamai before this. But that was my first time, and then this was like my first proper big renovation. I think things do fall through in Thailand, like when people can't agree with the landlord on terms and conditions of contracts and things like that. And I know a lot of things renovation starts and the contractors disappear.
Yeah.
And that happened to me.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, that sounds like a nightmare. There's already nightmares that happen when people stay on site, on location, and get the construction going. To have teams just disappear, that's pretty common.
Yes. My first contractor was someone I knew, so I trusted him, and he asked for a massive down payment, and like, I mean, I would never make this mistake again, but it was my first time doing such a big job, and it's funny because I was trying to make this payment to him for like weeks, and it would not go through. And I was like, okay, there's something weird. I wasn't feeling quite right, but he was like, we need to get started, you know, time is of the essence.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I'm gonna try this one last time. And I tried and it went through, and I had this like weird sinking feeling in my stomach, and I felt like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. And they came to work for like 2 weeks, and then they stopped coming and just completely disappeared with the entire down payment.
And there's no way to find them. It's just kind of difficult here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he was American. He wasn't, yeah.
Oh, I would track that boy down. That's a whole nother bag of worms.
Yeah.
There's no getting out of jail free card, that one. Wow.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, and I don't know, like, I think that there's different things at play in that world. People who talk about building real estates, even in real estate in the United States, I get like, the whole industry is just like behind schedule, overpriced, and I'm just like, I can't. It takes all sense and reason away from my life. I'm just not built for it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So people are like, you have to find the sense of humor. I'm like, there's nothing funny about being late
Ripped off.
and like, and owing twice as much.
Yeah.
I don't find it.
Well, that's what happened. I mean, we opened 8 months behind schedule. And so we had to close the old location before we opened here, and that was not the plan.
Okay.
And I wanted to keep my whole team, so we kept the team on. When I say we, I mean me and my restaurant.
Yes.
Refer to us as we.
Yeah. Did you worry about customer retention?
Yeah.
What kind of a break was there between the two locations?
3 months.
3?
So long with, only costs and no revenue coming in. Also, like, so stressful. Everything that could have gone wrong with this house went wrong, and like everything I thought could not possibly go wrong also went wrong. It took me 11 months to renovate this place. The layout is completely different than what I had originally planned
Due to
for.
constraints of like construction and piping and all of that.
Money, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. How did you feel? Like, do you even remember what you originally started with? And you're like, this is the 70-second rendition. I don't know.
Yeah.
You do?
I remember exactly what I wanted it to look like.
Yeah.
But I kind of think maybe this worked out better.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was gonna extend this. So this wasn't gonna be an open space. This was gonna be our open kitchen. Like a huge open kitchen.
Okay.
Yeah. And then the storeroom was gonna be behind there. Now we don't have a storeroom. The room I built with the intention of turning into a wine bar is now our storeroom. But that's what I meant when I said like the studio isn't quite finished. I never really put all of the little touches I wanted to in there. This house has taught me patience. Yeah.
Such a big word for me.
Patience and perseverance.
When did you open this location?
We opened in August 2023.
So you brand new, toddler on the scene, but you were open in another location before that,
Yes.
and that was in this area?
In Ekamai.
Ekamai, right?
It's just a little shop house, so it was like the perfect first place to see if I wanted to have a restaurant in Bangkok.
Did the vision carry over? Was that more cafe? How many tops did you have? How many could you seat? Like all of that?
That was a cafe, definitely. We could fit around 26 people in there.
Yeah.
So
Not tiny.
much smaller than here. Here on the inside, maximum we can fit like 50.
Okay.
We set up for 38, but
You can squeeze them in.
We can squeeze them in when we have private events. And outside we can sit another 60, like 70 people for cocktail hour.
Okay. And do you do cocktail hour for just events, or do you have happy hour on your website?
Every day.
And does that, so let's talk about customer. When you opened, 2.5 years ago now? did you bring over your other customers from Ekamai, and also this is a different space. It's got a different vibe. Did you change like with that? Did you do wine at your other space, or did you start with the wine? Because this, as you said, it speaks to someone having a glass of wine under your 100-year-old tree.
We changed a lot, I would say. In the first place, it was much more of a cafe. People would come for brunch. It wasn't ever really late night dinners. And I would say in the old place, most of our customers were vegans.
Mm-hmm.
And then when we moved here, I think the space, like the whole menu changed with the space. We changed the name too.
Yeah.
Everything kind of evolved naturally, and our customers did too, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Most of our customers now are not vegan, and I kind of love that.
Yeah, it's cool. Converting.
Yeah,
one person at a time.
Yeah, and I don't really consider us a vegan restaurant, because I think that word still has like a lot of stigma attached to it. People are scared of it. People don't want to try it because they have what they think it is.
Yes.
We're just a restaurant that serves good food and great wine, great food and great wine, and happens to not serve animal products.
Yeah.
And I think people are really receptive to it most of the time. Although we do get like the odd person that comes in and doesn't realize there's no meat, and then they refuse to try the food, even if we're like, you can try it, and if you don't like it, you don't have to pay for it. And
Yeah.
they're like, no, I have to eat meat.
Yeah. Well, and there's time for them. We'll get them some other way. They're gonna accidentally have like a dairy-free ice cream one day and be like, I
And
should have
love
eaten
it.
at Earth House.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got you. So with the space, I want to kind of climb through your menu. I feel like I know it pretty well. I read menu like I read books. And so I think it's interesting because we've talked off the record before we started rolling about how, third culture people, and you are, a conglomerate of a lot of different cultures, raised in Thailand, being in Bangkok now. Your menu kind of reads like that. It feels like there's an homage, there's a recognition of being in Thailand. You've got, some Thai dishes, some clearly Thai spices and things, but then it kind of branches out. So tell me about how you cultivated and curated the menu.
Honestly, it's mostly things that I want to eat.
Yes, I love that.
What I felt like in Bangkok, I feel like there's so many amazing plant-based restaurants in Bangkok, but when I first started becoming plant-based 10 years ago, there were not a lot of places you could go to and have like a really fun meal. It was either like a salad or a smoothie bowl or like French fries. All of my friends would be out, we'd all be out together, and they'd be having these really fun, amazing meals that were really creative and unique, and like there was not really much for me to eat.
Yep.
So I thought, okay, let's create a restaurant that feels like any other restaurant and has food like any other restaurant that just doesn't use animal products, and that's kind of how it started. And then I have an amazing kitchen team, and they all have lots of ideas, and it's very collaborative, and they bring, we all create new things all the time to try with each other, and then we're like, we like that, we don't like that, and we'll add, new ingredients, and yeah.
Who do you collaborate with? So are you yourself like a chef, a self-identified chef? And if not, did you find a really amazing chef that you could kind of like, you're saying, collaborate, communicate, go back and forth? How did that all come together?
So I was a chef before, yes. I worked in resorts and at hotels. I opened restaurants in resorts and was a chef in Thailand on one of the islands. And then once I started opening the restaurant, I was in the kitchen, but I also really loved being around the customers. And so I worked with a chef who's no longer with us at the old place. And it was the two of us kind of creating all of these dishes. And then when we moved here, some of my team came with me from there. Yeah, we have like an amazing kitchen team, and everyone on the kitchen team is really creative, which makes it a lot of fun. Like there's no one person that I bounce ideas off of. It's kind of everyone.
When you talk about collaboration and fluidity, well, let's talk about retention. How is back of the house versus front of the house? Is it even designed that way in Thailand? Like, do you have front of the house, wait staff, things like that, back of the house? And there's a lot of turnover, in most of the restaurant industries, especially in the United States. How's the turnover rate here? How's the retention rate? And do you feel like it's copacetic?
I think turnover rate it can be pretty high in Bangkok. Also, I think since COVID, things have changed a lot, and a lot of people want to work in big hotels and leave Thailand and go and work in the States or go and work in the Maldives. So a lot of people don't want to work in like little restaurants in Bangkok, I find. And especially when it's plant-based, it can be a challenge finding people that are comfortable enough to work in a plant-based restaurant because they see it as something so different from anything that they've ever experienced. Not everyone's open to it. But here, I mean, we have an amazing team. A lot of them have been with me since actually the very beginning, since the old place. And I think we have like a really nice little family sort of situation going on. We have front of house and then we have kitchen. But a lot of the service team will get into the kitchen when they need to and help out, and they get creative too. And sometimes we do like team meals. And some of my team are from Myanmar, some are from the Philippines, and they'll bring dishes from their home countries and we'll try them all together and get new ideas for spices or ingredients.
I love that. So on your kind of plant-based vegan journey, let's talk terms. And this is important because I've not met one vegan, plant-based, any ethical, humanitarian, whatever, that has the same definition. So I'm not trying to quiz or convert you to mine. I just need to understand for you, like what is kind of, when I say it for you, how you define it for yourself, like what is the difference between vegan and plant-based for you, if there is one? Okay. And like what is your personal journey with that?
Okay. To me, the difference between vegan and plant-based is vegan just means not containing any animal products, and plant-based means made from plants, more natural. So I think vegan can be very highly processed, lots of added sugars, like fake meat and things like that.
Right.
Whereas plant-based to me is produce used in fun and creative ways without all the processing. And so I see the restaurant, our food is plant-based. We don't use fake meat products or anything like that. We make everything homemade. And my journey, I mean, I've been plant-based for 10 years. When I first started, vegan, using fake meats because I was like, oh my God, I miss eating chicken. I need it.
Yeah.
Now I'm just much more interested in seeing what we can create with like mushrooms and beetroot and cashews and natural things.
Right, absolutely. So the vegan community in Bangkok, as much as I've penetrated it in 10 days, it feels like y'all know each other. Like there is an actual camaraderie. Your name's been brought up before, having met you like maybe 5 or 6 other interviews. So it seems like people discuss one another, at least on the level you're at. Earth House is known. It's known on the online community. It's mentioned all of the time. How would you describe the like plant-based vegan community in Bangkok? Do you think it's inclusive? Do you think it's sometimes not? Do you think it's verbose, or do you think it's quite small? How would you find it?
I think it's growing. I would say it's quite small, but there is a lot of camaraderie, and I think everyone's very supportive of each other, and all of us feel like there's space for everyone in Bangkok. I love seeing new plant-based restaurants, and I think every plant-based or vegan restaurant in Bangkok is so unique that, there's just like room for everyone, and we all, can create new things, and everyone has their own identity as a chef, and then every space has its own identity too. They're also so different from each other.
Okay. Let's talk about the liquor market, because you do encourage like this cocktail moment and wine night. And being from California, I have like a very specific understanding of the wine market. And I spoke to someone in Koh Tao who was opening a wine shop there in 2023, and he was like, you can't get it, and so I'm bringing it, and then going to start a shop. But how do you find the wine importation here? Do you not know any differently? So it's fine. Where are you getting most of your wines from? Like how you curate your liquor menu?
I think the wine market in Bangkok is absolutely exploding. There are so many new wine bars, like incredible wine bars. Wine is expensive in Thailand, definitely. More expensive than in the States or in Europe, for sure, import tax. But we have access to amazing wine. And I was actually I was speaking to someone about the increase of wine consumption in Thailand just a couple of weeks ago. And he is a winemaker in Australia. And he was saying like in the States, wine bars are really limited with their wine list order like cases of the wine that you want. Here we can order one bottle. So if I want to have like 40 different wines on my wine list, I can contact my wine supplier and say I want one of each, and they'll send them to us.
That's great.
Yeah, so it allows us to try pretty much anything that we want, which is super. I love wine. Not trained in it at all. This is just like from experience.
Absolutely, I do as well.
Yeah.
And Australia, as a younger consumer of wine, I was able to go through Australia, and they've got like for me back in the early aughts, they had like their corner on the Syrah and like a lot of things that I don't think that Napa or Sonoma County does very well. All love. Hometown, but it's like I just think that some regions do it better in different parts of the world. South Africa's got some great wine too. I mean, it kind of depends, and you're closer to the Aussies. You've got access to all of them, so I think it is vibrant. It's cool that it's opening up because I think it transforms. It's interesting when things like wine change because it transforms spaces. Like this one, it's that it allows another option, another moment for things to change. What is your favorite thing on your menu? Right now. Doesn't have to be forever. Okay. It's just today.
Yeah. I mean, we change our menu so much. I love the asparagus and burrata. Yeah. Like one of my all-time favorites. I can eat that every day. And some of our mushroom dishes, we use incredible mushrooms from a local grower. And they're just absolutely delicious. Like some white wine and herbs and butter. So good.
Yeah. Lion's Mane's making a massive appearance right now on the scene. Everybody's playing to it. And I get it. It's versatile. Do you use it? Do you like it?
We do. I love it.
I do too. I love it, but I have to ask why and how. And
it's delicious and it's versatile. You can make it kind of taste a little reminiscent of like a seafood dish or like a meat dish. You can make it taste like chicken or steak. And I know a lot of vegan people might be like, why do you want it to taste like seafood or like chicken? But I think in trying to get non-vegans to eat more vegan or plant-based, sometimes you have to give them something that feels familiar.
Sure.
And if you can make a plant-based ingredient taste a little like something that reminds you of what you used to eat, I think that's fine and that's a good thing.
And mushrooms are a superfood.
Right.
So you're really giving their body a kiss as well.
Exactly.
Like, it's awesome. My Southern Network, it's happening. That's fantastic. So what is, do you still cook from are you just owner now? Are you just managing all of the logistics, or do you jump back in your kitchen?
I don't really jump in the kitchen anymore during service. I'll make cheese and, I'll experiment with the team before service. But during service now I'm more like on the floor. I think I enjoy that more now. Yeah, whether it's just a phase and, I'll want to hop back in, I don't know. But it's been an intense few years building this space, and I think, I just feel good in the house now. And,
absolutely. Your hours are different. There's brunch on the weekends, but then you're mainly a lunch and dinner. Yeah, or
mainly
just dinner? There's dinner.
Mainly dinner, yeah.
Okay. Was that because you felt like that was your market for the area?
When we first opened, we were doing all day brunch, lunch, and dinner. And it was nice, but we realized that people were it's a completely different vibe. Like in the evening, you get people coming on dates, you get people sitting for 3 hours and ordering a bunch of food and drinking wine. And I felt like it just fit with our concept more. And then we thought, okay, let's do brunch on the weekends because the space is so beautiful in the daytime too, and we have a fun brunch menu. But it was also having such a, being open for so many hours, you need a really big team. So if you're open 6 or 7 days a week from 9:30 a.m. until midnight, you need a huge team. And, maybe one day, but not right now.
Right. How did Earth House, how'd you get your name?
So the old place was called the Earthling Cafe.
Okay.
And then we moved here and I was like, it doesn't fit anymore. It's like Earth House.
Yeah. There are remnants of Earthling. Like it's not still open, right? because I think that I remember reading about it like on Happy Cow or something, and then it kind of disappeared. So that's interesting. Do you think that do you see vegan restaurants come and go in Bangkok, or do you see them coming and staying?
Both. A little bit of both, definitely. Some that I really liked have gone, unfortunately, and there are a lot of new ones.
Yeah.
Then there are some that have been around for a really long time, like May Veggie.
Yeah.
One of my favorites, like when I first started.
She's an OG.
Yeah, when I first started going plant-based, like there all the time. I used to live nearby her restaurant, and like
Nice.
delicious.
Yeah, she lives to convert, you know, and so I think that she serves as a bridge. And I love people that are here to like kind of address the non-vegans of it all. It's crucial, you know, she lacks exclusivity and things like that. She's all about transparency.
Yeah.
I love that as well. Bangkok itself is like coming in hard as a food capital. Everybody's talking about it, especially since like COVID. Everybody's like, it's a C. It's Paris, London, you know, New York, but Bangkok's getting whispered about a ton, and that's got to affect the vegan plant-based community. There's no way it can't.
Definitely. Something that I find very interesting though, when I first decided to open a plant-based restaurant, you know, you're thinking like, okay, what other plant-based restaurants are there? You know, like who all is competing for all, you know, the market, and not competing, but like, you know, there's only so many people to like go and fill all the restaurants. But the thing is that now, pretty much any restaurant in Bangkok has a great vegan menu, like regular restaurants. And you know, that was not the case, like even like 3 years ago.
No, 2023, it was not the case for me.
So that's been interesting, because if you have like a group of, you know, 10 friends and one of them is plant-based, generally they'll be like, where are we going? Let's go somewhere with both, you know, something for everyone if
Right.
they don't all want to eat plant-based. So that's interesting, been interesting to watch, definitely.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting to see if they start growing because of the people wanting to do that. I have a load of friends that are not vegan that eat vegan when they're not well, when they're feeling heavy. Like it's just something they go towards.
Yeah.
I don't know how you say it. GAA, GA?
Guy, yeah.
I mean, 2 Michelin stars. She does a vegan tasting menu. You know?
I think all of the Michelin-starred restaurants do, or most of them anyway.
Yeah.
And they do an incredible job. Like, they're delicious.
That's
the ones
fun.
that I've experienced. Yeah.
Okay. Do you go out? Have you tried GA?
I haven't tried ga, halma, and like amazing.
Okay.
Plant-based menu. Tastes
Yeah, and I feel like there's some Michelin stars like on the rise too. I personally, Cane's, the cats over there, chef, I can't remember, I just spoke with him. They had damage, they had to close down. And he let me crawl through all of his food lab anyway.
Yeah.
You know, they have like a separator that they use from blood and centrifuge. That they play around with to like get like distilled like mushroom and stuff like. I mean, those cats are having
They're so
fun.
cool, yeah.
I know, and I think their food is on the up and up. When you're looking at it that playful and that excited, I think of Michelin stars in their future for sure. So I think it's an exciting time in Bangkok. I think I'm one of the first people to like cover it, you know, when it's the vegan scene and stuff like that. But I'll be coming back again and again because I think it's in that exciting phase where it goes from this to just, you know, where it's the plant-based comes alive. And you're going to be an OG in that movement. So that's going to be exciting. Yeah, your auto bio is going to get a thick chapter right around now, and I can't wait. Do you speak Thai?
I do, yeah.
Yeah. Why wouldn't you? Did you go to an international school or a local school?
International.
I have 2 friends, new friends, but I'm calling them friends.
What's up?
I like them, we're darling. They own Kind Cafe and Chopsticks and Beetroot, those cats. Chef Pei and Cherry, which is what I'm calling her. She told me to call her that. Everyone's like, that's not her. I'm like, fine.
It works.
And Bean, those 3, they were talking to me about the crazy expense of, I don't have younger children, I have older children. But school is always a crazy expense, and they said international schools here are like, she's like, it's cheaper for me to get a visa and just go raise her in the United States.
And it's ridiculous.
Is it?
But I feel like it's kind of, your only option.
Yeah.
Really.
Kind of. Did you love your school? Because it's got to be amazing if it's going to be that crazy.
I did, yeah. I had the best time. I mean, when I was little, so we grew up in Pattaya, my brother and I, which when we were growing up there, 30 years ago, where we grew up, it was like a little dirt road, which is now like packed full of hotels and high-rise buildings. So when we were there, it was like trees, we were barefoot. My mom would be like, bye in the morning, we'd go run around on the beach and like build forts and find things and bring animals home. And it was wild. And then I went to a Montessori school.
Love that. That's so us.
Mm-hmm. And then when I turned, I think, when I went into like middle school, I guess, when I turned, what is that, like 12, something like that.
Yeah.
Then we were moved to like a British international school. Yeah. And then it took some adjusting, definitely, from Montessori to like British curriculum,
But they're known for it. They're known for what they do.
I was like, can I just walk around barefoot? They're like, absolutely not. And I was like, oh, no. Yeah.
I love your decor. It's so bohemian, and it's also like it feels Thai, and then there's just a lot of different influences that work really well. Is this all you, or did you work with a design team?
No, it's all me.
Wow,
100% me.
So you've been dreaming this up for a while.
It's funny. I don't know. It just kind of happened. Like I put in the walls, the windows, the floors, like every single thing, every tile in the house, every bit of electrical wiring. Like I learned so much. I had never done anything like that. I didn't know there were so many different types of windows.
Yeah.
But the house just kind of happened. There wasn't really a plan. I kind of knew what the layout was going to look like. And then once we started building, it's like, okay, I want the walls to be this color. I need a table for over there. And I just go to like the flea market and then there's...
I mean, it's awesome. You have an eye. Like nobody needs to tell you that. The horse is stunning.
That was a gift from my dad, actually.
My mother has an affinity for old carousel horses, wooden ones from like the 1800s. And this reminds me of that. It's stunning, and it should be right where it is.
Yeah.
If you move it, I will discourage you.
Sometimes people try to sit on it, and I'm like, oh.
No, I would not let them.
No.
But all of your pieces, it just goes really well. There's an elegance, but also like a familiarity with it. Like even the sofas paired with, I know that like a lot of people struggle with whether or not to do it, but there's that comfortable, but also kind of like elevated. Like you said, could be a date night, could be a group of friends. It's that vibe that I really, I think you've really nailed. I want to go back to a quick thing about communication and education, because I think it's a big thing when you have a cultural as well as a genre-specific divide in the food industry, or any industry for that matter. And you said the difficulty sometimes with kitchen staff is the vegan restaurant. They're like, I don't know how to do that. I've been cooking meat since I was 2 with my mom. I've talked to a lot of vegan chefs in Thailand that are like, a large part of what I do when I onboard people is educate. We'll talk about why you're looking at things that way, what you're doing with the vegetable, why the vegetable just became the main focus and will remain that way. Those kinds of things. Do you have like an educational onboarding system that you do?
A little bit.
It's kind of informal. You're like, no, it's just indoctrination.
It is. I would say the way that we have our team here, whenever we have new people, we kind of like, we'll sit down and we'll all have a glass of wine together. And we'll talk about, the menu and the ingredients that we use, where we get them from and why. But I think it's funny, a lot of people, everyone who works here actually found us.
Okay.
They come
Must
prepared.
be rough to be famous.
No. I don't think it's that at all. That's not.
No, I got you. It makes sense. Everyone's talking about you. There's no way you can't know that.
No, that's not how I meant it. I just meant like, I feel like in my life and with the restaurant, everything just kind of happens. I'm not a huge planner. And I don't know, things just kind of like happen, and we're like, this house, like everything. And the
Yes.
team too. And it's kind of funny, and like things just kind of end up like gelling together. And
When you have a work ethic like yours, that's absolutely true. But from the sound of what you've gone through for the past 2 or 3 years, you know hard work like you know the floor beneath your feet.
oh my gosh, yeah.
So therein, you're like, I don't plan that much. Like, yeah, woman, you work hard,
I do work
you know,
hard.
and so
I
that
do
kind
too.
of makes up for the whole. Things aren't just falling upon you like an heiress.
I think I'm not
But
explaining it. the
You're
right
like,
way.
I don't have a spreadsheet of everything that
Yeah.
I'm going to do,
If
and
you're
so
like,
it
what's your
feels
5-year
like.
plan? I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
If you had asked me 5 years ago what my plan would have been for 2025,
It might be a mistake for someone like you because it's working out very well not to have a 5-year
Thank you.
plan. You know, this is an incredible success.
Thank
This is
you.
your darling, right?
It is. It's my baby. Some of the best moments of my life, and I'm not gonna lie, some of the worst moments of my life in this place. Nothing has been easy, that's for sure. So that's, yeah, when I said like things just kind of happen, and I don't mean like everything's amazing and everything just happens and falls
No.
into
And I'm not
place.
suggesting you are saying that
Yeah.
at all. I hear your
Yeah.
gratitude for the
Yeah.
space, for your work, for everything, but it's just funny when I hear someone who's like, I don't know, I'm not very organized, and I'm like, look around.
I'm not-
Yes,
I'm
you
not
are. Just not in what you perceive to be
I
like the
guess so.
ultimate organization
Yeah.
person.
Yeah.
I get it. I know you don't know what color socks you're wearing tomorrow.
I know.
I'm here for you,
Yeah.
you know, but like this is a product that a restaurant across the world over, every single country I've ever been to, and there's quite a few, it is no small endeavor.
It's not.
It is major, and there are so many moving parts with street vendors who have a cart. There are a million moving parts, and everyone who thinks about opening one usually stops after they do the research as to what's required. You know, the
Yeah.
books,
Yeah.
the accounting, the vendors, everything. It's not just like, I think I'm gonna make some delicious vegan food and have some fun. It is
No.
like crazy intense.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I think I was a little underprepared, to be honest with you. Like,
Better that, probably, because if you knew, would you really have done it?
if I knew, probably not.
Yeah.
I don't
It's
know.
gotta be a surprise.
I might have, I think I would have, but I probably would have done some things differently. And it's funny because my friends who have restaurants all told me, like, whatever you do, don't do it alone. And then, you know, I was like, no, I got this. And my mom says I always have to learn everything the hard way. And yes, here we are. I decided to do it all alone. Yeah, like no partner, no investor.
Is she here? Does she live in Thailand?
She does. She lives in Pattaya, where I grew up.
Does she come hang out here?
Yeah, all the time, and she'll like rearrange all my furniture, and she'll be like, I don't like this table here, so I'm just gonna put it over there. And I'm like, Mom, please don't touch it. And then I'll go upstairs to the office or something, will come back down, everything will be rearranged. Or there'll be like a new like plant pot or candle or
Little gift from the mother.
yeah, all the time.
So you were largely raised here. You talk like me. You're from the States, or you were born in the States.
Yes.
What brought your family here?
My parents came over for my dad's work. My dad is in shipping. So my parents met in Houston, got married, had me there, moved here for his work, and then he opened his own business. So I think that's also where I kind of got that from, that I wanted to work for myself.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's addictive.
it is.
My folks do it too.
Yeah.
You can't kind of see any other way.
No. And
Yeah.
the funny thing is, though, you're like, I'll open my own business and I'll be the boss and I'll, work when I want to and I won't work when I don't want to. And then it's like, you're like here 24/7.
Yep, they own you because you're the life machine. You know,
Yeah.
nothing's happening without you.
No, yeah.
So
Always something to do in the house, like
Yeah.
maintenance or earthquake damage.
So when the earthquake happened, were you here
Yes.
in
Mm-hmm.
Earth House?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, my whole team was, my morning team was here because it was on a Friday. And I don't know, I just sort of felt a little dizzy, and it's like maybe I had too much coffee, haven't eaten anything yet. And I like walking over there and I'm like, I don't feel so good. My team's like, us either.
Huh?
And then we noticed like everything started swinging. Like I have the security camera footage of it, but like all the plants in the house started going like this. Everything started shaking. We we run outside, and like that building over there is making huge cracking noises. We thought everything was gonna collapse, and it lasted a long time too.
Yeah.
It felt like it.
Thailand has no earthquakes.
No.
Not ever.
Not
so
ever.
the Thai people are not like, get in an archway like people from California.
Mhm.
And this one goes running up 18 flights to rescue her cats
Yes.
in the middle of the earthquake. And the Armageddon she describes with like doorways are left open, like shoes in the hallway. Like people are just fleeing for their lives. I just spoke with like 3 chefs this week that said, I thought for sure it was the end.
Yeah.
I was up 21 flights, you know, in my apartment, and I thought, all right, this is it. It's time to meet our maker.
Yeah,
You know?
I think
It
I all
was
kind
just-
of thought that, like standing out there, the swimming pool from the hotel across the road was like pouring over the roof.
Yeah.
And we were like, okay, well, nice knowing you.
Yeah.
Thanks. It's been a great time
protocol.
together.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So how quickly you came back in, and I was talking to you before we started filming, and you're pointing out cracks in the foundation, and I said, did you build this place? And you said, yeah. And I said, well, then those are very painful
They
for
are.
you.
Yeah.
That's a marred, moment. That's a scratch on your child's leg. Like,
Yeah.
that's an issue.
Yeah, and they're all over the house.
Okay.
So-
And you know them because you know every inch of this
I
place.
do know every inch of this place, and yeah.
It seems like it held up really well.
She did. I'm actually kind of surprised, to be honest. I thought the whole house was going to collapse.
Uh-huh.
Like 100%. And I was like, that's it. Because, the bones are so old.
Yes, and you've got glass. You're not sure how that's going to fare. I would just be like, I don't know what's broken.
Yeah. But I mean, more or less everything seems all right.
Cracks? Did you lose any glassware? Did anything
No.
else fall? That's amazing.
I know. I mean, photos fell off the walls and stuff. Nothing broke, except one of our old drain pipes in the garden, which is actually kind of a big problem. But yeah, the old wastewater system. Yeah, because it's like 70 years old.
Yes.
Concrete pipes. One of them is,
You don't want that breaking.
yeah, one of them is smashed. So
That'll be an interesting repair process.
I know.
A future education for you because it wasn't thorough enough.
yeah.
You get to learn about your
exactly.
7-year-old sewage.
I've been learning.
I love that. So you're not a planner. We've established that. Not asking you to.
Okay.
This is not there. Let's just play like brainstorming
Okay.
because chefs love that. And like, let's just keep it creative. What do you think like the next year will hold? Like fixing the pipe,
Number one.
encouraging, maybe thinking more about the upstairs space. You're kind of still welcoming new ideas, collaborations, people coming in, doing things, using it for event spaces. What else do you see on like the 2025?
I mean, although I'm not a planner, I am a dreamer, and I have loads of ideas for this space. A lot of new projects we're working on. One of them is a little organic farm in collaboration with a children's charity. So that's very exciting. And
In the Bangkok area?
Yes. And we have
Wow.
some ideas for like a dining experience in connection with that. Also a wine bar in our space, finally.
Yes.
What we've been wanting to do for ages. We just need to figure out where we're gonna put all of the like refrigerators from the storeroom.
Ah,
Yeah.
and electricity.
Yeah. It's got all of its electricity already.
Oh, it's there.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's ready. Just like rearranging things a little bit, I guess. And then we have a lot of big ideas.
Yeah.
A lot of big ideas.
Do you drive in Bangkok?
I do not. The traffic here.
No, and I'm from SoCal. If anyone was gonna drive, it was gonna be me. And my friends were like, "Do you rent a car?" And I'm like, "Nah, I know I wouldn't die, and I wouldn't get in a wreck. It's all good." And this, like, they'd see this and be like, "Give her space. She does not know what she's doing." But and I'm an excellent driver. I take a lot of pride in that. But I don't know. I feel like I'd run even further behind. I can leave an hour early with a Grab taxi, and I'm still 10 minutes late everywhere I go. I just feel like if I was driving, I'd be like, is there a spot there? Like, I just don't know if I'd be able to handle
Parking
it.
and everything.
Yeah. So do you live close to everywhere you do, or do you do BTS, or are you just a taxi person?
I live pretty close by. Sometimes after work, I'll walk home. Walking to work is usually too hot, but it's
Yes.
like I'll hop on a bike. I drive motorbikes, well, on motorbike taxis. So I hop on a bike everywhere I go in Bangkok. A
Yeah.
lot easier.
And I feel like they know the road. I feel like they own it. Like it's good. It's trustworthy.
Yeah.
Yes.
I like head out to the flower market, which is like a 40-minute motorbike ride, but I love it. Put on my headphones.
Yeah. Drive out.
Yeah, and come back with like 10 kilos of flowers on the back of the bike.
And they'll really help you carry it too. In Bali, they'll take 6 bags of groceries and make it work.
They do.
Yeah.
Sometimes I think I'm a little nuts, but yeah.
Oh, for sure. It is. It's peaceful too. It's exciting. You know, if you can like make sure that your driver's stable, not drunk, it's great.
I know.
You can just hang on and go.
But
I know. Absolutely.
Yeah.
What is your favorite thing coming into your restaurant every day? Like, is there something that you're like, I like it when I do this. I like this moment of this day.
There are a lot of moments I love here. I love this house so much. I love the team. I love doing the flowers. So every week we'll set up like a beautiful flower display. We'll open one of the pages in the book we have there, and that will tell us what color the flowers are going to be for the week. And I love doing that with my team, and then we take photos, and I don't know, it's hard to pick a moment.
Because you're in love with all of it.
I am in love with it. Yeah.
Wonderful. Well, I'm going to leave you to your evening.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. It was super
I appreciate
fun.
you.
Thank you. I appreciate
all of your
guys.
time.
Thank you.
You've been so good. It's a lot to endure me, I know. And I spent a lot of time here, which I intended on
fun.
after I was like, she has wine.
I
I'm
have
going
all the
to stay.
wine. Do you want to finish it?
I love it.
Thanks for listening to
Borderless. I hope you enjoyed this conversation. If you like this episode, please subscribe so that you can continue to hear fascinating conversations as I continue to wander the globe.
You can follow us on Instagram at borderless-podcast or head over to our website, borderless-podcast.com for more info and updates.
This episode was produced by Patricia Kathleen Productions, and a special thank you to the team that makes it all happen. Charit Ternate, Emma Baker, and Finn Wild.
Wherever you are
in the world, I hope our conversation made you feel a little more seen and connected.
Until next time,
take good care.